Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Today on the program, it's business as usual for the House of Representatives.
I'm very grateful to my colleagues for their trust and confidence in electing me Speaker.
After a controversial shakeup in its leadership,
Congresswoman Gloria Macapagal Arroyo is hereby elected as the new Speaker of the House of Representatives.
House Speaker Gloria Macapagal Arroyo sets her priorities.
Definitely, I'm not supporting term extension.
But the battle for the so-called real House minority continues.
Becoming the minority leader or composing the minority never requires the consent of the majority or the Speaker.
House Interim Majority Floor Leader Fredenil Castro joins us live. And later, can you be honest enough to pay the right amount inside the honesty bus? That's for today's In Focus. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pinky Webb. The lower house suffers the biggest decline in terms of net satisfaction ratings in the second quarter of the year. That's according to the latest survey of the social weather station. Second quarter data from SWS show the House of Representatives registering a plus 25 or moderate score. That's a 10-point drop from its plus 35 reported in March. The survey was carried out almost a month before the lower house booted out Pantaleon Bebot Alvarez as its leader. Now that it has its new House Speaker, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, the lower chamber will try to resolve the issue on the majority and minority leaderships. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have the House Interim Majority Floor Leader, Fredenil Castro. Congressman, welcome to the show. Good to have you again,
Good
sir.
morning, Pinky, and thank you for inviting me in your program.
So, sir, how is Congress now? How would you describe Congress, the lower house?
Well, the lower house has never changed. It's always the lower house of the country. The different committees are functioning, but I suspect that this will be full blast after today or after tomorrow.
What are we expecting today, sir? Let's set the agenda for today then.
Well, today I am expecting that there will be elections of the majority leader because I suppose that new majority leader has to be put in place so that the programs of the House of Representatives or the work of the House of Representatives will continue to be pushed by the leadership.
And the House Majority
the
Leader?
House Minority Leader is an issue that has to be resolved. Although initially I would say that there is an incumbent, and therefore if there is an incumbent and this position was never declared vacant, neither was there an attempt to declare it vacant, I don't know how Congress or House of Representatives will resolve the issue.
We need to discuss this much further, sir. Let's start with the Majority Floor Leader. As mentioned, you are the interim Majority Floor Leader, sir. I just want to go back to last Wednesday. We saw a little bit of a commotion last Wednesday. Let's just go back to that.
Now, may I know if this resolution passed the Committee on Rules?
Yes.
I am the chairman of the Committee on Rules, and I do not know of any such resolution, Mr.
The
Speaker.
majority of the members elected an interim majority leader in the person of Deputy Speaker Fred Castro, and that was agreed upon by a majority members of the House. Majority Leader, please proceed.
Another point.
Majority Leader, please
Mr.
proceed.
Speaker, I
Majority
move to
Leader.
adopt House
Point of
Resolution
order.
number 2025.
Objection. Point of order.
We are in the process of voting, therefore there can be no interruption.
objection.
There is a motion to adopt House Resolution number 2025.
Point of order, Mr.
Those in favor say aye.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection. Hindi nyo kinikilala. Objection.
Resolution 2025 adopted. Session suspended.
Sa pagkakahalal ng bagong speaker, pinatayan niyo ako ng mic. Nag-object pa rito, hindi nyo kinilala. Kitang-kita naman, oh. Maya naman kayo!
Watching that, sir, how do you feel?
Well, the House of Representatives is as interesting as before. It never changed. Because, you know, incident like this is not common. Is not uncommon in the House of Representatives.
Okay.
It always happens.
It's another day in Congress.
Yes.
Okay. So, sir, you are the interim majority leader, but the position of Congressman Rudy Fariñas as majority leader was not declared vacant. How do you explain that to us? Why the change in majority floor leader?
Well, there is no need that Congressman Fariñas may be unseated or deposed from his position. Neither is there a need to declare the position of Congressman Fariñas vacant, because this could be rendered vacant by implication. What do I mean? By simply electing among the majority members of the House an interim majority leader effectively rendered his position vacant. And when I was elected as interim majority leader by the majority of the members, there being a quorum at the time, therefore, there's no doubt that the position of Congressman Fariñas was declared vacant.
Your being an interim majority leader, sir, do you think that it can still be questioned or it can be declared illegal, sir?
Well, there is no one who can prohibit or stop someone from questioning it. But the question is, will it succeed?
Okay, but you are the interim majority leader. What happens to Rudy Fariñas? He's just now, well, Congressman Rudy Fariñas.
Well, his position is no longer, as majority leader, is no longer true. Rudy Fariñas is no longer the majority leader. And I am there to perform his duties.
And he was also heading the Rules Committee, which now you will be heading, sir.
The majority leader is the chairman automatically of the Committee on Rules.
Of the powerful Rules Committee, which sets the agenda for the lower house of Congress, sir. So you said earlier that, are we certain that a majority leader will be voted upon today, this afternoon?
That is my feeling, because to regularize and to put in place again the programs as well as the activities of the House of Representatives, it is very important.
Who will it be? Will it be you?
Well, to my mind, it's a toast between me and Congressman Nonoy Andaya. But to be consistent with my representation from the very start, I was saying that I'm going to give way to Congressman Andaya because I don't want to lose a friend.
So you would rather give way to him. Why not Congressman Andaya the other way around, sir, give way to you?
It was I who initiated giving that principle of giving away for a friend.
Okay, and what did he say, sir?
Well, I can only surmise that maybe he's happy. And I can also surmise that the leadership is happy because I made it easier for everybody insofar as the selection of majority leader is concerned.
There was talk, though, of a possible term sharing between you and Congressman Andaya. Is that still a possibility, sir?
There is nothing impossible about term sharing.
Would you be open? So obviously you would be open to that.
Well, if I could give the whole term to Congressman Andaya, why can't I not be open to a term sharing?
Pero kayo ho, between you and Congressman Andaya, when was your last conversation and what was discussed, sir?
Last week, we had a conversation. And again, I had the occasion to confirm that I am giving way to him.
So mukha talagang si Congressman Andaya. Unless sabihin niya, mas gusto kong si Congressman Fred Castro muna.
Well, if I am pushed against the wall, that I am nowhere to go, there's no way that I can refuse it if I am nowhere to go.
Right. All right. So that will, the majority floor leader doesn't seem to have a problem because you're actually giving way to
Yes.
Congressman Rolando Andaya. The question is really the minority leader. So if I were to ask you, who should be the minority floor leader?
Initially, Pinky, I would answer your question that it is unbecoming for me, being a member of the majority and the interim majority leader, to be putting my finger on the issue of who should be minority leader. Because that is an issue that has to be resolved by the minority. For all you know, there are several blocks of minority in the House of Representatives. We have the group, or the Makabayan group. We have the group of the incumbent, Danny Suarez, as minority. We have the group of the Liberal Party. And there is also the group of Congressman Rudy Fariñas and the former Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez. Therefore, this, the existence of these several groups has created a mix-up of minorities in the House of Representatives. Because, as you know, everybody is shouting and claiming that they are the legitimate minority.
Yes.
Therefore, it has to be decided. Now, our proposition is, considering that there are several blocks of minority, they will have to resolve it among themselves. And whoever is selected by their group or among the minority to be the minority leader, we will automatically recognize.
We'll be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Coming up, well, aside from the majority and minority leaderships, will there also be changes in the committee chairmanships of the lower house? House Interim Majority Leader Fred Castro will still be with us after the break. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, House Interim Majority Leader Fred Castro. Sir, during the commercial, we're talking about the process. Now, so there are 4 groups possibly that could form the minority. Then you were saying during the break that it's dangerous, is the word used, dangerous for you to say who the minority is.
Yes, because you know the minority is the fiscalizer. It's the filter of the business of the House of Representatives.
Would Danilo Suarez then be a fiscalizer, knowing that he was the first to sign the manifesto for Gloria Macapagal Arroyo to be Speaker, sir?
That is precisely the issue that we will have to resolve. The issue that among the majority will have to resolve.
So you have to resolve that, sir? Yung kay Danilo Castro? Danilo Suarez, rather,
the minority will have to resolve that. Because we cannot participate in the issue that involves
the minority. So you can only participate with the issue on the majority, like putting Gloria Macapagal Arroyo Speaker, but not minority. But I understand what you're saying, sir, that you don't want to dip your finger into this. But my question is, I want to talk about the rules. The rule states, and if I'm not mistaken, sir, is that those who do not vote or abstained from voting Speaker Gloria Macapagal Arroyo constitutes the minority.
Yes.
Tama, sir?
Yes.
But Danilo Suarez voted for Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. So does that effectively takes him out as part of the minority, sir?
But although there is also a contention that this is no ordinary election of Speaker. That when Congress is about to be convened, there is an election of Speaker. That's why the vote no or the abstention in voting for a Speaker is determinative of determining who the minority leader is. But in this situation, the position of the minority leader is not vacant. Neither was it declared vacant. That's why.
Do you have to declare it vacant, sir? You voted for a new speaker. Hence, those who did not vote for speaker becomes the minority.
No, that's why I said, Pinky, this is not the ordinary election.
Does it say in your rule book that if this is not the ordinary way to vote for a speaker, hence this will happen, sir?
Well, what I only say is that this situation could be a possible issue that has to be resolved by the minority. They have to determine among themselves.
Yeah, but you have, I guess it's safe to say that you have a little bit of a polarized minority right now. So ibig sabihin magulo because everybody is claiming to be minority. Like, in my head, sir, it was just clear to me that if you did not vote for Gloria Macapagal Arroyo as Speaker, or you abstained, if you voted for somebody else, which did not happen,
Yes.
sir, or you abstained, you constitute part of the minority. That was always something I understood, sir. And I guess I question Congressman Suarez now claiming that he's the minority when he was the first to sign the manifesto voting for Gloria Macapagal Arroyo as Speaker. That's a big question mark, sir.
Yes, I agree with you. That
Okay.
is the big question mark. That's why if we are only literal, that could have been easily resolved.
Yeah.
But there are possible interpretations
Yeah.
of the rule
But is
and
it-
the situation.
Would you submit, sir, that the interpretation is really up to how you want to interpret it? Not just you, sir, and any congressman for that matter. I mean, if it serves your purpose, you will interpret it one way. If it serves somebody else's purpose,
As member of the majority, especially as interim majority leader,
Yeah.
I am not going to gamble in interpreting it.
Okay, do you think, I don't know if you're gonna, do you think Congressman Suarez should just withdraw from the minority leadership, sir?
Well, it's up for Congressman Suarez to make the decision.
Would he be a fiscalizer if he is a supporter of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, sir, Speaker?
Ordinarily, you could not. Being a fiscalizer is a matter of principle. It's a matter of commitment,
Yeah.
not a matter of vote. Therefore, notwithstanding, I do not say that this is acceptable. I do not say also that this is legal or in accordance with our rule. But as I said, you could be a fiscalizer even if you voted for someone. Or
You
the other
supported,
way, or the other way around.
Really, sir?
Meaning it's a matter of, it's a case-to-case basis, Pinky.
And you would have this kind of stand even in the future, sir, if the tables were turned. Ganun po.
Oh, well, I think if I learned that certain blocks in the House of Representatives will go to the Supreme Court, if I would rather entertain the decision of the Supreme Court. For the
You'd rather have them do that so it's clearer,
Yes.
sir, rather than resolve it amongst the
Yes,
congressmen.
Yes, because I said it's very dangerous for the majority to be dipping its finger on the issue. Reason? The moment that we pinpoint somebody and we rule on it, then they will again accuse the majority of having a yellow company or a yellow union.
Yeah, but I guess pinpointing, sir, in terms of following your rules would, somehow show that the congressmen are just following the rules that you have been accustomed to follow in voting for the Speaker and the minority, though, or the majority and the minority. So anyway, we're talking about four groups, sir. You have Congressman Fredenil, you have Miro Kimbo of the LP, you have the Makabayan Bloc, and you have Congressman Danilo Suarez, sir. So again, you'd rather just keep a hands-off policy on this. So just clear, sir. It's clear. Sila silang mag-uusap.
Dapat lang.
Dapat lang. Paano, sir, pag hindi sila magkasundo?
Well,
Danilo Suarez remains as minority, sir.
He is the incumbent now. He is the incumbent.
Is there a possibility to declare it vacant? They can, right?
Well, it has to be voted upon in the plenary.
And then if
If the majority of the members of the House decide to declare it vacant, there is nothing that could prevent
I see, so the
the
majority...
declaration of the position.
Right, just like it was during the Speaker.
Yes,
All right,
okay.
so, okay, the agenda for today, sir, you're the chairman of the Rules Committee. Just a couple of questions, sir. You are assuming that the majority floor leader will be voted upon today. Sir, is Congressman Florendo going to deliver a privileged speech also today, sir?
I am not even aware that he is going to deliver a privileged speech.
Did you hear about it, sir?
I have not heard about it.
Okay, and then, sir, the chairmanships, how is it?
Well,
Are there
insofar
going to be
as
changes like
chairmanship
Congressman
is
Umali?
concerned,
maybe?
without meaning to pinpoint who will be replaced, because actually I am not privy to any discussion. What I could only say is that there are certain committees in the House of Representatives where the trust, symbiotic trust and confidence between the chairman and the Speaker is a precondition.
Yeah. Pinagkasunduan.
Going now to certain committees, the Committee on Accounts, considering that this committee deals on the expenses and the disbursement as well as the financial operation of the House of Representatives, it is very important that the Speaker trust the chairman of the Committee on Accounts. Second is the Committee on Appropriation. But I don't know whether this could still be an issue considering that Congressman Carlo Nograles, I am certain, enjoys the trust and confidence of the Speaker.
Yung sa account, sir, who's that?
Congresswoman Ermita Buhayin.
Okay.
The Committee on Ways and Means, I am not aware of the relationship between the Speaker and the Chairman. The Committee on Justice, Congressman Umali, this committee handles critical issues, not only of the House of Representatives, but even the Republic, the whole Republic of the Philippines. I don't know of the relationship. How strong is the professional relationship?
Well, Congressman Ray Umali decided to stick it out with former Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez, sir. That's a fact.
With that, there is no difficulty for the
For him to be replaced.
leadership to be out of his chairmanship in the Justice Committee.
Yeah, for him to be replaced,
Yes,
basically, sir.
yes.
All right. I also just wanted to get your thoughts, sir. We were speaking over this we were talking about this on the phone, sir. What's happening to PDP-Laban? I know you're not part of it, sir. You are a member of the
I am the president of the National Unity Party.
National
NUP.
Unity Party. President po pala kayo. Yes, sir. What are your thoughts on this PDP? Are there two factions, sir? It seems that there are two factions right now, sir.
Well, if the membership of the PDP was simply created or was simply established out of convenience, then the commitment and the feeling of unity of the members will also be very weak. As you may know, Pinky, when after the election in 2016, there was only one PDP-Laban. But when Congress was convened, some members of other political parties jumped to PDP-Laban. That makes their membership, I'm sorry to say, as convenience, based on convenience, not on principle and not on commitment. That's why, as you will also note, that wherever the president is in the Philippines, the members of Congress jump to where the president is, especially his political party. This is not an uncommon situation in the Philippine politics. That's why, if this is the case, I am afraid that the members of the PDP-Laban who are not really committed to the party, but rather transferred or jumped to PDP-Laban, will again go back to their original political parties. And when that happened, PDP-Laban, I suspect, might be erased from the political landscape of our country.
Is it a good idea, sir? There's talk that they may want to revive the Lakas party, which is the party of Speaker Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Would that be a good idea, you think?
Well, I think only the Lakas members and officers can answer that question, whether it's a good idea or not.
Would you jump, sir, from...
I have never jumped. I have been consistent.
Would you coalesce?
Well, that could be discussed. That could be discussed.
Would it be impossible? Would it be possible, rather, for you to coalesce with the party of the Speaker?
Yes, it's possible. It's even possible that we coalesce with the hugpong ng pagbabago of Mayor Sara Duterte.
Where do you think you'll be coalescing with, sir?
We have not discussed that issue.
Where are you more comfortable?
Me?
Yeah.
Comfortable?
Which party?
Our party could be comfortable with any political party
Yeah.
because we have remained to be independent ever since.
All right, sir, we'll continue to monitor what will happen this afternoon, sir, at the House of Representatives. We'll see if you'll be, last question, if you do not become the House Majority Leader, sir, you will be what?
Deputy Speaker.
All right, so House Interim Majority Floor Leader Fred Castro. Sir, always a pleasure to have you. Maraming salamat po
Watch
sa inyo.
it and it will be very interesting.
Watch it later.
Yes.
What else should we watch out for,
Well,
sir?
you know, everything can happen in the House of Representatives.
Okay, sir. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. When we return, can you prove your honesty inside this special bus? That's for today's In Focus.